Hey everybody, this is Joe from joelevi.com with another video for you. Today I'm going to show you a little bit about the calendar app and some widgets to get information out of that app that all come or are easily added to the Android series of phones. So first of all, this is a Nexus 1, and this icon right down here is the stock Android shortcut. If we tap on that, that takes us into the stock calendar app that comes with most Android operating systems. Now I say most because there are some versions of the phone out there that do not have this app. Stuff that's made by Motorola will come with generally a Motorola version of the calendar app, and stuff that comes with the HTC Sense UI, such as the Sprint Hero, come with the Sprint Hero version of the calendar app. In the meantime, it's still just a calendar app, which is kind of nice. What we're looking at here is a week view. You can tap the menu button down here to, like I said, tap the menu button to show an agenda view, which is nice. It kind of consolidates all of your upcoming appointments and puts them all right here into one view that you can scroll through. Let's go back to menu, and we can do a one-day view. This is just very simple. It shows you what's happening that day. You can pan through days by flipping side to side. So easy enough there. Shows you your time slots, color-coded items, fill up your calendar days, of course. The different colors here, this is because I have two different calendars that I subscribe to. The stuff over here in blue, that's my calendar, and the stuff over here in green, that's my wife's calendar. So I can see at a glance not only where I'm supposed to be, but where my wife is as well. So that's kind of nice. You can also add other Google calendars, such as sports, phases of the moon. You can see over here that I have some, let's see if I can get back to it. I have some Jewish holidays that I threw in there just for fun. Of course, having a last name like Levi, you have to be aware of Jewish holidays, even if you're not Jewish. Next, let's go in and look at the month view. I already showed you week. The month view is basically just that. Now, what I really like about this view is it shows you at a glance what part of the day your appointments are in. It's not just you have an appointment here on this day, good luck, but it shows you how much of your day is filled up with appointments. So if we go into the 31st, you can see I've got a pretty full calendar there. If we come back in here, you'll see, you can look at today, jump right to it, and the most important part here is this new event. I'm not going to go into too much detail here. It asks you what it is, when it starts, when it stops, if it's an all-day event, stuff like that. So basically what you'd expect from a calendar app. If we go back home over here, that's the shortcut icon, and it works great, but it doesn't tell you too much information. For that, you need a widget. And let me move in a little bit closer here. This is the widget that comes with the calendar app, and it doesn't do much at all, and in my opinion, it doesn't look all that great. Made some improvements and some refinements, so it looks a little bit nicer when you're looking at it on an Android 2.1 device. On Android 1.5 and 1.6, it really wasn't even this nice looking, but it doesn't tell you much. So for that, come up here and look at this. You've got to go with a widget from the marketplace. So here you can see I've got a little calendar icon that tells me the month and the day, which is nice, and then it also shows the next 3 appointments that I have. If I tap on that, I have 3 options. I can refresh my calendar widget, so it'll go out and make sure that I haven't added any new items to it. I think it does that automatically every so often as well. A button to go right to the calendar, and that does the same thing as tapping on the calendar app, and then a button over here to configure it. And in here I can set what calendars I want to display, how many days that I want to go out and look in this calendar and whatnot. It's kind of nice, a little bit rudimental, but it looks really nice, and it gives me the information that I need at a glance. There's one other widget, and I want to show this to you if I can. This is a widget called Pure Calendar, and it's down here. This widget comes in lots of different varieties, and you can see in here, you install the pure calendar widget and you get all of these different sizes, 2x2 all the way up to 4x4. Since on this screen I think I only have 2x2 available, we're going to choose that one. Gives you a nice little tutorial here, which is great. They did not used to have this. Now that they've added it, I'm much happier. We'll say good to go. Here's where it gets into the complexities of this widget. Now this is a widget that I paid good money for and I don't regret doing it. This lets you select what calendar app you want to run, and you can see now all of the different calendar apps that you can run and tie this to. Since I have the regular Google Android calendar, that's the one I want. Over here, they've got a button for quickly adding an appointment. They have their own little user interface, so you don't even have to go over to the built-in app. Or you can do that, and you can say, hey, look, I'm on an HTC Sense. I want to use the HTC Sense calendar to drop that in quickly, or I want to use my regular Google Calendar to drop it in. So you can do that too. That's kind of nice. Update frequency. How often does this app go out and get information? Well, you can set it to run all the time, which is going to be very resource intensive. It's constantly looking. So what I prefer to do is I like setting it to about every half an hour. It'll go out and check and see if I've gotten a new appointment every 30 minutes, and that's pretty good. The search period here, 1 month. I haven't played with that. Select calendars. This is where you can see I've got these different calendars in here. So we'll uncheck those so we just have my wife's and mine. Come back here. How do you want your day formatted? How do you want your times formatted? I'm a 24-hour clock kind of guy, so I'm going to choose 24-hour clock. You can choose all of these different options. I'm not going to go into detail about all of them because there are just so many of them. This app does have tasks built in, or it can tie to a task provider using either Astrid or Google Tasks, which is what I'm using. So I'm going to go ahead and check all those. Not mess with that, yada yada yada. You can see, I mean, this is a big config. Probably the biggest downside to this app is every time you want to make a change, you've got to go in and use this to reconfig it. This is a skinnable app, or a skinnable widget, so you can come in here. Let's say we want to use this one. I like that one. It's already installed. I just have to long tap and select it. And then because I like translucency, I'm going to come back here and hit the transparency tab and move that over, and we should be good. Let's save and exit. And now you can see I've got another semi-transparent widget there that gives me a ton more information than the stock calendar widget does. So I'm going to get rid of that one right now. That said, I don't know, the free widget up on the top or the paid for widget on the bottom, you tell me, which one do you like better? Jury's kind of out for me. So I would like to tell you what the name of that widget is, but I don't remember off the top of my head. So you'll have to go and look for it yourself. Go out to the Google Marketplace or the Android Marketplace. We'll just scroll through here to find that. And over, you know what, let's go ahead and search. This is what I did. I searched for calendar widget, and these are all the widgets that are available. You can see some of them are pretty cheap, some of them are not. This is the pure calendar widget, the one that I like. You can see I've got that installed. We'll just scroll down through here and see that one is Smooth Calendar by this guy named Carl Sedergren, I think is how you pronounce his name. But neat little widget, free thing. If you like it, go ahead and load it up and tell me what you think of it. In the meantime, there you go. Quick and easy way for you to get calendar information onto your home screen. If you have any questions, go ahead and get a hold of me. Again, I am Joe from joelevi.com.